Lake advisory is canceled for Florida, Hamilton, Lee, Columbia, Baker, Union, Hillcrest counties. For Georgia, Inland, Glenn, and Lincoln counties. The National Weather Service in Jacksonville has canceled the lake advisory. Easy north-northwest wind 15 to 20 mile per hour with gusts 25 miles per hour will continue in the evening hours. This is a special weather state. Summary of watches, warning, and advisories in effect across northeast Florida and southeast Georgia. A tropical storm warning remains in effect for St. John's and Flagler counties in northeast Florida, and for coastal waters of northeast Florida and south Georgia. Sustained winds or wind gusts are expected to reach tropical storms through Saturday. A tropical storm remains in effect for Nassau and Duval counties in northeast Florida. Tropical force winds or gusts are possible in wash area through Saturday. A coastal advisory and high advisory is in effect on the coast outside of the warning area, including the coast of Duval, Nassau counties, northeast Florida, Camden and Glenn counties, and southeast Georgia. Strong onshore flow is expected to induce minor to moderate coastal flooding during times of high tide. Breaker heights of 8 to 10 feet are expected. A wind advisory is in effect for coastal counties outside and inland counties surrounding the tropical storm warning area, including Clay, Putnam, Duval, and Nassau counties in northeast Florida, and Camden and Glenn counties in southeast Georgia. The advisory is in effect through early Sunday morning. A high risk continues for the weekend for the entire coastline of north Florida and south Georgia. A wind advisory is affected April in northeast Florida and inland areas of coastal southeast Georgia at 7 p.m. Tropical storm warning remain in effect. Sustained winds of 30 to 40 knots with gusts of 55 knots will continue through this evening. 15 to 20 feet will slowly slide through Sunday. Tropical storm watches and warnings are discontinued for land areas but remain over the coast waters. New information: Sandy is moving away from the area, but gusty winds continue through the scene. High surf, dangerous rip currents continue through sunny areas affected. This local statement provides important information and recommend actions for people in interests in select locations and coastal water lakes of northeast Florida and southeast Georgia and adjacent coastal waters. Watches warns for marine interests. A tropical storm warning continues all of northeast Florida and southeast Georgia coastal waters. Please check the latest Pelican Marine forecast for detailed information about additional alerts. Storm formation at 11 a.m. The center of Hurricane Sandy located near latitude 29.0 N, longitude 76.0 W. This about 350 miles east south of Jacksonville, Florida, or about 350 miles east south of Brunswick, Georgia. Storm motion was north-northeast or 30 degrees at miles per hour. Storm intensity 75 miles per hour. Situation overview: Hurricane Sandy is moving away from the area. Tropical storm conditions continue shore, but impact along the beaches are lessening. Precautionary preparedness action. Conditions remain blustery over the coastal counties and rivers today. Piers on the St. John River will experience southerly winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour with various conditions. Some drop surf will gradually subside through tomorrow, but will remain hazardous. Nuisance flooding will occur at the time of high tide this evening. Next update: the next full statement will be issued by the National Weather Service in Jacksonville around 6 o'clock p.m. or sooner if conditions warrant to discuss conditions over the coastal waters. At 2 o'clock p.m., the center of Hurricane Sandy was located near latitude 29.7 north, longitude 75.6 west. Sandy is moving toward northeast near 11 miles per hour, and general motion is forecast to continue through Sunday. A turn toward the north is forecast Sunday night or early Monday. On the forecast track, the center of Sandy continue moving away from the northwestern Bahamas and will move parallel to the south coast of the United States through the weekend. Maximum sustained winds are near 75 miles per hour. Higher gusts. Little overall change in strength is forecast during the next couple of days. Hurricane force winds extend upward up to 100 miles from the center and tropical force winds outward up to 450 miles. NOAA buoy 40,010, located about 140 miles. East Cape Canaveral, Florida, recently reported a sustained wind of 50 miles per hour. A wind gust of 76 miles per hour. The latest minimum central pressure report by an Air Force Hurricane Hunter aircraft was 961 millibars, 28.3 inches. The tropical outlook for the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico. The National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Sandy, dated a couple hundred miles north of the northwestern Bahamas. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation not expected during the next 48 hours. The current time is 2:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Surf advisory remain in effect until 6 a.m. Sunday. High current risk remain in effect through Sunday evening. Coastal flood advisory is canceled. The National Weather Service in Jacksonville has canceled the coastal flood advisory. Waves and surf breakers in the surf zone are expected to be 8 to 12 feet through tonight. Time, long period east swells and strong shore flow from Hurricane Sandy will maintain large battering surf and high risk of rip currents through tonight. Impacts, surf will remain choppy and dangerous with life-threatening rip currents through night. News and coastal flooding and moderate to heavy beach erosion will occur around of high tide early this evening and again Sunday morning. A high surf advisory means that high surf will affect beaches in the advisory area, producing rip currents and low-rise beach erosion. There is a high risk of rip currents. Rip currents are powerful channels of water flowing quickly away from shore, which occur most often at low spot or breaks in the sandbar and in the vicinity of structures such as groins, jetties, and piers. Heed the advice of lifeguards and beach patrol. Pay attention to flags posted signs. If you become caught in a rip current, do not panic. Remain calm and begin to swim parallel to shore. Once you are away from the force of the rip current, begin to swim back beach. Do not attempt to swim direct against a rip current. Even a strong swim can become exhausted quickly. High surf advisory in effect to 6 a.m. Sunday. High rip current can affect through Sunday evening. The National Weather Service in Jacksonville has a high surf advisory, which is in effect until 6 a.m. Sunday. A high rip current risk has also been issued. This high rip current risk is in effect through Sunday evening. Waves and surf breakers in the surf zone are expected to be to 12 feet through night. Time, long period easter swells and strong shore flow from Hurricane Sandy will maintain battering surf and high risk of rip currents through tonight. Impacts, surf will remain choppy and dangerous with life-threatening rip currents through tonight. News and coastal flooding and moderate to heavy beach erosion will occur around high tide early this evening and again Sunday morning. A high surf advisory means that high surf will affect beaches in the advisory area, producing rip currents and localized beach erosion. There's a high risk of rip currents. Rip currents are powerful channels of water flowing quickly away from shore, which occur most often at low spots in the sandbar and in the vicinity of structures such as groins, jetties, and piers. Heed the advice of lifeguards and the beach patrol. Pay attention to flags and post signs. If you become caught in a rip current, do not panic. Remain calm and begin to swim parallel to shore. Once you are away from the force of the rip current, begin to swim back to the beach. Do not attempt to swim directly against the current. Even a strong swimmer can become exhausted quickly. High surf advisory